Part of the reason that magic is so bad to use is because a lot of times when they're doing magic, they're using drugs. Um, I don't want to say like chloroform, but stuff that, can have certain effects on people. I don't want to say pheromones, but stuff that can have certain effects on people that aren't really legal. But this magic, sometimes they use drugs, sometimes they use blood. Um, but there's ways that they're teaching them. Like I wouldn't say they do this exactly, but like to dye a carpet with blood or with animal blood or something like that. It's a dye that's not gonna look dirty probably ever, but they teach them to use certain things and to eat. They're also teaching them to eat these things for like nutrients and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about when I say magic. I'm normally talking about like blood magic, where they're using like some form of human, whether it be dead or alive, or some form of animal, whether it be dead or alive. But I didn't want to just say magic and not have anybody know, in general what I was talking about. I'm talking about when they're using parts of humans, um, or, you know, um, also like plastic surgery and stuff that the Bible is probably against in most cases, um, to give them like an advantage. But I'm not like jealousy's involved. But I'm not. I've never done magic. I'm not into Dungeons and Dragons. I don't invoke spirits or do anything like that. But I've seen enough of what the Satanists are doing to kind of put two and two together and be like, oh, this is what magic is. Um, but magic generally seems to be like, especially when they use drugs and things like that, especially heavy drugs like opium and stuff like that. They used to in the opium wars, they would use opium get to feed the Chinese worker nothing, but to get him to still do work. So that's also a magic which is detrimental to the Chinese workers' health, and of course they become addicted and stuff like that. But England and China had it out because China kept trying to make money and they kept doing it with opium. And England wasn't helping matters because England was trying to get opium to them, I think. They said they were trying to get rid of it, but at the same time, it seemed like it only got worse when they started trading for silk and chocolate and tea and stuff like that. It seemed like the magic and all that only got worse. But yeah, I consider stuff like that magic. I've never been into magic, so I don't really know about it. You would have to like consult a witch or something like that if you wanted to know about magic. But I try to avoid witches. But putting two and two together, and also some of their magic too is just stuff they know. They have more knowledge than we do, so some of their magic is just they know more than us. So they can, because they are sons of God, they know more than us, and they can put stuff together really fast that we can't even do at all. Um, and I mean that in like areas of like flying an airplane. They know how to do this stuff. They have knowledge that we do not have and that the average person probably does not have. But anyway, we're supposed to avoid magic and avoid that way. Also avoid the people that are on top, because a lot of the people that are on top are the Satanists. They are the smarter people. They know more than we do. That's why when they had children, they had giants, because these people knew a lot, but they chose to know the bad stuff. They chose to go against the Bible and know what happens when bad stuff occurs. And it seems like it works for a while. Most magic seems like it works for a while, and then it doesn't work. It like falls apart or something like that. But when they make like our carpet and stuff like that, it seems like it works for a while, and then after about 10 years or so it falls apart. That's partially true of just anything, but it's engineered in such a way where it'll look good and all that for, the amount of time that it has on it. But I think they're using like potions and stuff like that too to lengthen the time of something that, like I said, a human is going to die, but they're using like potions and stuff like that to lengthen their youth, and it's like a fountain of youth to them also, and they believe in it, and they believe it continues. I don't believe it continues. I believe that there's some kind of malfunction that happens down the line, like with the opium. There was malfunction. These people got sick. Um, but anyway, I just wanted you all to know what I meant when I said magic. And I also mean like the invoking of spirits, because there are ways to get them to do stuff for you, but you have to say their name. And see, the Bible doesn't want you saying their names either, because that's like getting them to do work for you, and they will do work for you is the weird part. Um, but and I don't know how I know that, but I just know, when people use demons, it's for work, and they want them to do work for them. Um, and there's all kinds of sorceries that they know about that we don't know about, because do we don't function the same way. We don't commit incest. We don't marry our uncles. We don't marry our cousins. We don't do these things that they do. We're not gay. We're not, and I'm not trying to pick apart any particular type of people, but we just have a set of rules that we don't do. And like the Satanists, they know the rules too, but they do them on purpose. They go against them on purpose, because that's part of their enchantment.